How many generations of women came before you, hoping someone would finally break the cycle? Welcome to Soft Hearts Rising. I'm Allonia, womb practitioner, circle facilitator, and a woman who has done her own deep work. My daughter Rose walks beside me, and together we guide women through ancestral healing, womb wisdom, and the kind of transformation that changes not just you, but every generation after you. This is your circle. Pull up a chair. Let's rise. Hey, welcome to Soft Hearts Rising. I want to start by just taking a breath with you because I've been sitting on this for a long time. This show, this circle, it's been living inside me for years. And today, we're finally here. I don't take that lightly. I know what it costs you to press play. Maybe you're driving and nobody knows you're crying. Maybe you're in the bathroom getting 5 minutes to yourself. Maybe you've been carrying something so heavy for so long that you can't even name it anymore. I see you. You're in the right place. My name is Allonia. I'm a womb practitioner, a circle facilitator, an epidemiologist, and a healing practitioner. And today I brought somebody with me who I love more than anything in the world, my daughter Rose. So introduce yourself, Rose, in your own words.
Hi everyone, my name is Rose and I am a teenager. I am 16 and well, I like to say I love music, dance, and I love nature, flowers, trees, and yeah, I would say that's pretty much.
Awesome.
That's me.
Well, welcome, Rose. And I want to tell the listeners what kind of show this is and what it isn't. This is not a show where I stand up here with all the answers and hand them down to you. That's not a circle. That's a stage. A circle means everybody is at the same level. It means what you bring matters. It means your healing is not less important than mine just because I have letters behind my name. This show is for women who are done performing, who are exhausted from being strong, who have given so much of themselves to their children, to their partners, to their jobs, to their communities, that they've lost track of who they actually are underneath all of that giving. We're going to talk about the things that don't get talked about at the dinner table. Ancestral pain, womb trauma, the grief that lives in your body before it ever reaches your mind. The patterns that keep showing up in your life because they were never yours to begin with. They were handed to you. And we're going to do that at work together as a circle. So, Rose, I want to start with you, actually, because you didn't just sign up to be on a podcast. You signed up to sit in circles with women and in circles with young girls to hold space, to be part of this work. And you're young. So I want to ask you why? What made you say yes to this podcast?
Well, what made me say yes was I went through a lot when I was young. So it's like for me, I wanted to be there for other people, including teens, and just to remind them that they're not alone and we can all do this in community and together in a circle. And I really want to help teens on their journeys, like when it comes to confidence and, just loving themselves. And I really hope that I can share that with everyone. So,
Absolutely. That means everything to me to hear. And I want to be honest with you about where I was before I started doing this work publicly. Because I didn't come into this as somebody who had it together. I came into this as somebody who was broken open. I spent years of my life in rooms where I was the only one who looked like me, performing, achieving, shrinking myself to fit into spaces that were never built for me. And I was sick, not in a way that showed up on a lab test, but in a way that lived in my womb, in my chest, in the dreams I stopped letting myself have. I had given my body to corporate America, and you went through a lot of that with me.
yes.
Me overworking, working 4 or 5 jobs, not being at home, not spending time with you. I had degrees, I had the titles, and I looked up one day and realized I had no idea who I was outside of what I produced, what other people could see. That was the beginning, not the healing, just the beginning of knowing something had to change in my life. And Rose, again, you watched a lot of that.
Right.
You were in a house during some of my hardest years. What do you remember and what did you see?
Well, I remember definitely a lot of sadness and grief from it all, because it was really hard for me to see that happen to you, definitely, because it was like, the things that you used to tell me, like, am I going to get through this, and am I dying, and that hurt me a lot, because I was like, am I really gonna lose my mom? Because it's like, even though I told myself like not to believe it, it was like like, I don't know, like, I really didn't know what was gonna happen. And I just remember praying like every day, like, I just want my mom to get better. And there was a time where, since you were throwing up so much, it was like I was really scared to go downstairs. So, like, I stopped eating sometimes and I would just stay in my room, because it's like I had trauma, like, hearing the throwing up. So I wore headphones downstairs, and it took me a while to actually get out of that. And now I feel like I am slowly getting through it, but I've gotten to the point where I don't need headphones now. So
That's great.
yes.
Because I know, for the listeners, going through what Rose is talking about, I went through corporate burnout. And at the same time, perimenopause came in when I hit 40. So that was a very hard time for the entire family. You know, I didn't know if I was going to come in. I didn't know if I was going to live. I didn't know if I was going to die. I was thinking I was going to die. But it was actually the hormonal shift and perimenopause coming in. But beyond that, Rose,
Yes.
how do you feel and how did you feel, you know, seeing that transition in me, but at the same time, you were still holding on to me being emotionally unavailable to you?
I would say, how did I feel? Like when you were working a lot,
Yes.
or okay, yes. So, I remember during that time feeling really alone. Like I used to watch like a lot of these videos where it was like mothers and like hanging out with their children, and they would like go to the park together, or they would like play together and eat together. And me, like for a long time, I didn't get to experience that. So I just felt like I was by myself a lot. And that did hurt me because it's like, I just felt like I wasn't loved. Like, I know a lot of times I used to think to myself, like, why am I even here? Or why did she even have me? Like, that type of stuff. If, she isn't, like, in my life, really. So, it made me really sad and really, I will also say, angry at that time, too. So, but now, it's like, I'm just so happy. Like, I'm just so grateful that I get to experience this now, because for a long time I was like, I didn't think I was ever going to experience, me and you together and us forming a bond like this. Like, we can talk to each other about everything now, but at that time, it was like, I just didn't feel like I had anyone to talk to. So I'm just so happy. Like, we go on walks together, we play together, we love Animal Crossing.
Oh yeah.
And we eat together, we watch TV together, and I'm just so grateful for that. And I thank you for that and for noticing that, because that takes a lot of bravery and strength to me.
Equally, it takes bravery and strength to say that to your mother, because a lot of times mothers can come off like people that can do no wrong, right?
Right.
Or they can come off like, don't you talk to me like that. You don't tell me what to do.
Yeah.
Or, we feel like that if we're providing and giving financially, you got a roof over your head, food in your tummy, that we're doing our job. But it really isn't. You gotta go beneath that and really bond with your daughter.
Right.
And not think, okay, me being absent, but giving her everything she wants is love.
Right.
Because really, all you really wanted was the time and my attention, not the things. So that's the thing about our mothers and daughters. We think we're hiding it. We think we're protecting them. But, our kids, they feel everything. They
Yes.
absorb everything. And that's what an ancestral imprint is.
Right.
It's not just what was said, it's what was felt, what was swallowed, what was never spoken to. So thank you, Rosa, for speaking your truth today.
Thank you.
And part of why I wanted to do this work with Rose publicly out loud in front of other women, in front of young girls, is because I needed her to see me choose differently. I needed her to have a different imprint than the one that I was handed. So, Rose, what does healing mean to you? Not what you've heard me say about it. What does it actually mean to you personally?
What does being healed to me? I would say now, like, as a human being, like how we were just talking about, like in the kitchen, like, I feel like we can become better versions of ourselves, but it's like to me, when you say healed, it's like, are you really ever going to be like healed? Because, we all have stuff where it's like things that happen, it's like we just keep thinking about. And it's like, I don't feel like we're ever going to stop thinking about it, but over time it improves and it gets better. Like working on yourself, you can better handle like your emotions and just like more love and grace towards yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I just feel like what I think about being healed or healing is like you're becoming a like higher goddess and beautiful new version of yourself.
Absolutely, because healing is not linear, for one thing. It varies by person, right? And like you said, healing is a journey.
Yes.
You don't get there in one day. It comes by doing continuous work every day, self-reflection, and being able to sit with yourself every day and be like, hey, what can I do differently? What can I do differently than what I have inherited from my lineage?
Right.
So yes, like you said, it's a continual process, and we're never gonna get to the place where we're just healed from everything. Like,
right.
What?
Yeah.
Like, there's always going to be challenges out there. Always moments of reflection and elevating up to the next level.
Right.
And I know, like, my journey right now with having a teen, and I'm in my 40s going through perimenopause, it's like I'm leveling up every day.
Yes.
So it's like witnessing and, like you said, having grace towards yourself. And I'm just grateful. I'm grateful for the reflections that you are sharing with us today, those gems, that knowledge that you're dropping, because it's very important. And, I just love that. And I think that's exactly why this circle needs to exist. Because healing looks different at every age and at every stage.
Right.
What it means to me at this point in my life is different from what it meant to me at 30.
Right.
Different from what it means to Rose right now as a teen. But the thread is the same. The thread is I am worth the work.
Yes.
My body is worth listening to. My lineage is worth healing. And that's what we're doing here. That's why this circle exists. So before we close today, I want to do something with you. Not for you, but with you. So wherever you are right now, if you're driving, just keep your eyes on the road and let your body do the rest. And if you're sitting, see if you can feel your feet on the floor. Take one hand and place it on your heart. And if it feels right, take your other hand and place it low on your belly. On your womb space. Whether or not you have a physical womb, this is your center. This is where you hold things. Take a slow breath in through your nose and let it go through your mouth. One more. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Now, I want to ask you something, and you don't have to say it out loud. You don't have to post it or share it or perform it for anyone. Just let yourself know, what are you bringing into this circle today? Whatever it is, it belongs here. And you belong here. So I want to leave you with something to carry this week. You don't have to have it figured out to belong here. We are the Soft Hearts Society. You don't have to be healed to show up here in this space. You just have to be willing to feel it.
Yeah.
That's all this circle asks of you. Willingness. Rose, anything you want to say to close us out?
Well, I just want to say that for everyone watching this beautiful podcast is that you guys are on the right path. You guys are doing amazing. And I just want to say something from my own personal journey was, like with my pain, like it's hard to trust the journey. Like, is this even gonna help and that type of stuff? And, it's really hard to hear people when they're like, just keep going, just keep going. And it's like, sometimes it's like, it could be tiring to hear that, I think.
Absolutely.
And I just want to tell you guys that you guys will get where you guys need to be, and just, you're not alone. And we are here with you guys, and I just want to say I'm proud of you guys.
Awesome. Awesome. And gratitude, Rosa. Thank you so much for sharing those words. If this episode felt like something, share it. Send it to one woman in your life who needs to hear that she's not alone. That one share might be somebody's lifeline. You can find us in everything we're building at AlloniaRose.com. The circle doesn't end when this episode does. So we'll see you next time. Stay soft, stay rooted, and keep rising. Thank you for sitting in the circle today. If something stirred in you, let it. That's not discomfort. That's you waking up. Share this episode with a woman who needs it. Leave a review if this felt like home. And come find us at AlloniaRose.com. The circle doesn't end when the episode does. Until next time, stay soft, stay rooted, and keep rising.